Today we begin the season of Lent with Ash Wednesday. So after my homily, we're all going to receive the ashes on our forehead in the sign of a cross. As we receive the ashes, we're going to hear the words of Jesus, repent and believe in the gospel. Well, what does that mean to repent? Well, the word repent means that we're sorry for the things that we've done wrong, for having sinned, for failing to have done the good that we should have. And so together, today we put on these ashes on our foreheads to show that we want to change our hearts. Just like we sang in the psalm, that we acknowledge our offense. Be merciful, O Lord, for we have sinned. In the first reading, God says to us to return to Him with our whole heart. Have we been following God with our whole heart? Well, if we're honest, there's probably times we're not really following God with our whole heart. Has God always been the first thing on my mind? And the first thing that I think about, the first person I think about when the things that I do. But that can be difficult. And so Lent is all about coming back to God, turning back and kind of starting up again, focusing on Him. So today, Jesus in the gospel tells us three things that we are to do, especially during this time of Lent. 3 ways we can come back to Him with our whole heart. And that's prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. So, of course, prayer means spending time with God, talking to Him, telling Him about the things that we need, thanking Him for all that He's done for us. Also, fasting. Now, that's one of the things we do, especially on Ash Wednesday, and we abstain from meat on Fridays. Maybe giving up something during Lent. But ultimately, the best kind of fasting is giving up things that are bad. So fasting from sins. And then the third one is almsgiving. That means doing good works, good things. So not just stop doing the bad things, but then do the good things instead. Last year during Lent, I actually focused on the fasting from sins. And then 2 years before that, I spent Lent talking about prayer. So I thought, well, this year, I should look at the third one, almsgiving. And so that will kind of, during Lent, I'll try to talk more about the almsgiving in my homilies. And another word for almsgiving that the church uses are the works of mercy. So we'll really talk about what the works of mercy are. Because there's so many good things that we can do, but the church has given us this list of very specific things for us to do. The works of mercy. And there's 7 corporal works of mercy and 7 spiritual works of mercy. And the reason why there's 2 parts to it is that the corporal works of mercy are all about how can we help people in what their bodies need. And the spiritual works of mercy is how do we help people in what their souls need. So obviously today I can't go into all of those because that's a lot. But I can mention a few and we can begin to think about, what can I do? What good can I do? Especially if we're giving something up. That might open up some of our time to do something good for somebody else. Maybe you're not going to use the TV or the computer quite as much. Well, that might give you a chance to help somebody else out with the works of mercy. So a couple of the works of mercy, corporal works of mercy to help our bodies. So one is to help feed the hungry. So maybe it might be as easy as, mom needs help making the meal, you maybe help her a bit. Maybe set the table or help her do the cooking. Or it could be really feeding those that are hungry. Helping somebody, maybe it's the rice bowls that we have in the back of the church that you can pick up to help feed those that are poor. Other things, visiting the sick is one of them. So if somebody is sick, they need help to get better. So maybe it's making a card for somebody who's sick. Or maybe visiting somebody in the nursing home. That's just a couple of the corporal works of mercy. And then there's the spiritual works of mercy too. Spiritual works of mercy. For example, one is is to bear wrongs patiently. That's a difficult thing for some of us sometimes, right? Especially if somebody's bothering us or being annoying, we might get really mad really easily. But a good work is to be patient with them. Maybe you have to be patient with brother or sister sometimes. Another good spiritual work of mercy is to comfort the afflicted. So maybe somebody's feeling sad. Maybe they're upset about something, and you can listen to them and help them feel better. So there's all sorts of other spiritual and corporal works of mercy that I won't go into today. But through the course of Lent, that can be one of the things that we can think about. Not only giving something up, but what can I work on? What are some really good things that I can do for others? As Jesus asks us to do prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. And the prayer that we had at the beginning of Mass, a beautiful prayer. It asks God that we can begin with holy fasting this campaign of Christian service. So our fasting will help us to serve others in these good deeds during this season of Lent.